In today's video, we're going to be talking about precious metals, but also the importance of stacking a little bit of fiat alongside your money. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver, for the most part, a little bit of gold as well, and the importance of having a cash position within your stack. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new.
Make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today
is Sunday, August 15th, 2021. It's actually still Friday the 13th as I'm recording the video, but this video is coming out on Sunday, which means it's the last day to enter the giveaway that I have going on right now. See the video that I just posted on my backup channel? It'll direct you to the video with all of the instructions. Do it before midnight if you want a chance to win. But today I wanted to talk about some currency. I want to talk about some fiat and the importance of having some of these easily accessible, having some of these on hand, stacking just a small portion of these alongside your silver and your gold. Now, if you're anything like me, you go to work, you do your job every day, and you trade your time for dollars. Maybe you have an hourly wage or an annual salary, regardless of which way it goes. Your employer lets you know how much an hour of your time or how much a year of your life is worth to them. And you have no choice. If you want a roof over your head, if you want to eat 3 meals a day, if you want to pay the bills, you got to trade away your most valuable asset, your time, for fake money. For currency, for fiat, for glorified IOU dollar bills, which are backed by absolutely nothing but debt, hopes, and dreams. It's a promise note. That's all it is. See the 5 on top and the 100 on the bottom? They're the same exact thing. The only difference is the number they decided to print on it. If you close your eyes and shuffle all of those up, you don't know which one's the 20, which one's the 5, which one's the 50, or which one's the 100. That's currency. It's a BS system that we all have to play a part of. But the way I see it, I don't mean to be too negative about the dollar bill. I'm not too big of a fan of the dollar bill, but there is a plus side. It's a short-term solution to a short-term problem, and it's also a tool. You see, I use cash for a couple of different things. First and foremost, most importantly, I use it to pay the bills, because if I don't pay the bills, I'm going to be sleeping on the sidewalk. The cash that's left over after I take care of all the bills, I do absolutely nothing but 3 things. There's no fourth, there's no fifth, there's no other miscellaneous thing that I do. Only 3 things. Number 1 is I take a portion of what's left over and I convert it into actual money, the silver and the gold. Currency gives me the opportunity to do that. The more currency you have, the more money you can get. So it's a good tool for that right there. Something else I do is I invest a little bit of it so that it can produce a little bit of cash flow. See, cash by itself, getting nothing done, well, it does just that. It gets nothing done. What's the point of something that gets nothing done? What's the point of something that's not productive? If I put it into a cash flow producing asset, at least it creates some more of these, some more of this nonsense, which means I can trade more of this for more of that. Something else I like to do is purchase equipment and products that I know will save me currency in the long term, such as my water purification unit, my food dehydrator, my portable power station, and of course, my portable fire pit and cooking stove. All 4 of those items will be linked in the description, by the way, in case anybody wants to check those out. There's Amazon affiliate links right down below. Those are really the only things that I like to do. I try my best not to hold on to much cash, aside from having an emergency fund. I really don't want much to do with currency, and it's for a couple of different reasons. Number one, it depreciates in value. Why would I hold on to something that I know for an absolute guaranteed fact that it'll lose purchasing power? See, if there's a chance that it can hold its value or go up in value, that's a completely different story, but unfortunately that's not cash. Cash will do nothing but go down. There's nothing in the world that can happen to increase or to strengthen our cash, unfortunately. But like I said, it's an important tool for the short term. I believe it could make for an excellent short-term solution to a short-term problem. And by that, I'm essentially just referring to the number one reason we should all have an emergency fund. It's in the event of an emergency. Something pops up out of nowhere. Something could happen Tuesday morning for all we know. Something could happen as soon as I finish up this video. I go outside and something happens. Maybe it's storming. Tree branches fall down, breaks a window. Maybe I'm driving to work, get into a slight car accident. Now I have to pay for car repairs, or God forbid, an entire new car. That's what an emergency fund is for. It's to help take care of you. It's to help you take care of yourself, I should say, in the event of an emergency. Something happening in the short term. Could be today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, sometime in the near future. That's all short term. Now the opposite of short term, long term. Years, decades into the future. Do I think cash sitting in a safe or sitting in a bank account for years, decades to come, potentially even generations to come, do I think that that's the wisest decision? No, absolutely not. Cash is only a short-term solution to a short-term problem. It's not a long-term solution to a long-term problem. What I consider to be a long-term solution to a long-term problem, or at least the closest thing to a solution, would be the silver and the gold. Reason I say this is because if you ask pretty much anyone out there that's stacking silver and gold, especially gold, a lot of people use the precious metals as a way of hedging against inflation. And like I said, the dollar bill is losing purchasing power. It's going down in value. It depreciates over time because they just keep printing more. See, they're over there saying, we only got $5 on the table. Let's print, another 20. What the heck? Let's print another 50. How about 100? How about 1 million more? How about 1 trillion more? And every time they do that, what you originally started with gets weaker and weaker and weaker. Kind of rudimentary. I'm just trying to paint a picture over here. We understand why the dollar bill loses purchasing power. But silver and gold, I personally believe, in my opinion and from my perspective, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a professional, I have no idea. I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be wrong here. I believe the silver and gold stand a far better chance than the dollar bill. I believe the silver and the gold can, and most likely will, do an excellent job combating inflation. Because the dollar bill, it actually has history. It actually has a track record. It actually has a reputation. It's been here for thousands of years. The dollar bill, that's a man-made invention. That was created not very long ago at all. But silver and gold, it's been here long before we got here, and it's going to be here long after we're gone. And I personally believe it'll do an excellent job working as something pretty close to a long-term solution to the inevitable long-term problem. Inflation, economic hardships, financial catastrophes. Going from one currency and replacing it with a new type of currency. I think the silver and gold can help work as somewhat of a buffer. Do I think it's going to solve all the problems? No. Do I think it's going to make us invincible? Absolutely not. Do you think it's going to be everything in the world that we need? Heck no. But I think it can help. That's the way I've seen it for the last couple of years. And as time has gone by, I've been doing this for only a measly 3.5 years. That's no time at all, by the way. I still feel like a rookie. I still feel brand new. But within my 3.5 years, I've had 3.5 years to think. I've had 3.5 years to examine. I've had 3.5 years to take a step back and take a look around and see what's actually going on in the world from a financial aspect and every other aspect that can influence the world of finance. I've been able to closely examine everything that's going on. And every single day that has gone by for the last 3.5+ years, I've grown more and more and more confident in the silver and the gold. Every single day. When I get done saying thank you for another day, first thing that crosses my mind after that is, wow, I'm so glad I made the decision to start stacking silver and gold, along with everything else that I do. I'm so glad that I invest a little bit of my currency to produce a little bit of cash flow. I'm glad that I've made the purchases that I've made because I know for a fact it'll save me currency in the long run. And I'm glad that I have a little bit of a cash position for short-term emergencies, short-term issues. This right here is a short-term solution, if of course you have enough of them. I mean, this right here, what do we have? We have $175. If I run into an emergency, a $175 emergency, let's just say, boom, short-term solution to a short-term problem. If I run into a $200 emergency and all I have is this cash right here, they won't take any bit of it. They'll say, no, it's not enough. Goodbye. I was like, well, I have most of it. Can I have most of the solution? Can you do most of the work that I need to get done? They'll say no. Maybe some will say yes, but the point I'm trying to get across is you need to have enough of these. So what a lot of people always recommended to me growing up, actually scratch that, nobody recommended anything to me growing up now that I think about it, but what I've heard from time to time was that you should have maybe 1 to 3 months worth of expenses saved up just in case. Just in case. 1 to 3 months. I'm the type of person who likes to play it a little bit extra safe. I'm the type of person who believes that if by popular narrative we've all kind of come to an agreement that this is the amount that we should have, in my opinion, I think we should probably double that. I believe that we should be twice as prepared as what's recommended, at least, by the way. So, they always said 1 to 3 months. I personally would say 3 to 6 months. But then again, it's also important to remember that there could always be a situation where what you have isn't enough. I mean, let's not get too far into it, but take a look at what happened in 2020. A 3 to 6 month emergency fund. What did that do for the people who are still, to this day, struggling 18 months later? Does that mean we should all have an 18-month emergency fund? I mean, it might not be a terrible idea, but that's a lot of cash just sitting there getting absolutely nothing done. 1.5 years worth of expenses? That's a lot of cash. That is a lot of currency. Think how productive it could be by injecting all of that currency into something else. You can inject that currency into tools, products, supplies that you know will come in handy and also, not to mention, will save you currency in the long run. You can put it into cash flow producing assets, and that could mean a variety of different things. You can use the cash to start a business. You can use the cash to invest. You can use the cash to buy a rental property. All these things produce cash flow. Or you could take the cash and inject it into money as a store of value. As the dollar bill goes down, silver and gold have done a pretty good job holding their own. Sure, they go down from time to time. They go up from time to time too. A lot of people like to say,
oh yeah, there was that time that silver fell down by a couple of bucks.
But they always conveniently neglect to talk about the many times over 100 plus years where silver has gone up. Silver goes up all the time. The second it goes down, they're like,
oh, see, it went down.
5 steps up, 1 step down. 10 steps up, 3 steps down. 4 steps up, 2 steps down. 50 steps up, 17 steps down. 5 steps up, 1 step down. And they'll only point out the brief little moments where it took little dips, little tiny pullbacks, where it dropped from time to time. That's all they'll point out. Conveniently. Which is perfectly fine, by the way. I'm not here to debate people on whether or not silver is a good idea or a bad idea. If you think it's a bad idea, then hey, it's a bad idea. That's fine. Doesn't affect my stack. Your opinion isn't driving spot price. What do I care? Point being is that if you're going to be stacking the money, the silver, the gold, for the long term, and you have that long-term vision, if you have that long-term mentality, if you're focused on years, decades to come, if you're focused on retirement, or if you're focused on passing down the money as somewhat of a family heirloom almost to your kids or your grandkids or whatever the case may be, you're focusing on the long term. If you view the silver and gold or your stack as something that's supposed to be potentially generational, you're focused on the long term. I haven't heard one long-term focused person say anything along the lines of,
well, I wonder what Thursday is going to bring us. I'm trying to cash out before the weekend.
I haven't heard anybody say that's in it for the long term. Now, if you're in it for the short term, that's also perfectly fine. You could do whatever you want to do with your own money. All I'm doing in this video is stirring up a little bit of a conversation. But point being is that if you're going to be stacking the silver and gold, if you're in it for the long term, you're not going to want to part ways with anything that you're in for the long term during short-term emergencies, which is exactly why cash is a short-term solution to a short-term problem. I think everybody should have an emergency fund. I think everybody should have 3 to 6 months of expenses stashed away. If you're going to be stacking the silver and gold, I think at least for a short while you should be stacking a little bit of currency as well. That's just my opinion. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Do you think it's important to have a little bit of cash set aside just in case? Or do you think it's only appropriate to have absolutely nothing but precious metals?
And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm posting exclusive VIP-only adventure vlogs. I also do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button like a Karen hits a bus window. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Bunch of brand new videos over there. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 3,000 subscribers. We just hit 2,000, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers. many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. And of course, last but not least, the brand new DYDSS Karen Free Zone t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug.
My name is not Karen.
Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again.
What are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to the silver, when it comes to the gold, when it comes to the precious metals versus the dollar bill, when it comes to money versus currency, are you stacking a little bit of both? I know I am. I'm stacking a little tiny bit of currency. I'm actually kind of satisfied with the amount of currency that I have. Again, I don't want to have all that much cash on hand because I'd really rather use the currency as a tool and make my currency go to work for me a little bit, even if it's just putting it into something that I personally believe, from my perspective and in my opinion, can store value or appreciate in value and or produce cash flow for me or save me currency in the long run. But then again, what do I know? Take what I say with a grain of salt, because I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing on this channel has ever been financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based on your conclusions, not mine. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.